Hey YouTube, long time no see. Well, sort of. So I've been off attending college and whatnot, so I haven't posted much for videos lately, but, so I've been using a Roland JV1000 here as my practice instrument, along with I have a synth rack and some stuff, and, well, the JV1000, you know, it's a great older keyboard, a lot of good sounds, whatnot. As a pianist, the keybed is pretty light. And, you know, of course, when I have to go and do recitals and whatnot on a real piano, there's quite a jump in playing technique I have to make. And so I've been looking around for a few months for a good, solid 88-note controller that also, because I have a rack synth setup, wanted something that would have a lot of different controls on it, different controllers. And turns out there aren't that many things in the market if you look for dedicated controllers. And then my thing I really like is if you have a keyboard where, if it's 88 notes, you have the pitch and modulation wheels to the left of the keys. Turns out that's a really hard thing to find these days. You have your flagship workstations like the Montage, or you could go, say, the Kurzweil Forte, something like that. But those are all sitting around the $4,000 plus price range, and there really isn't much lower down than that. So I was looking at the Native Instruments Complete Control S88 Mark II, but, you know, I was kind of unsure about it, and it uses an action I'm not particularly fond of. And then, a few weeks ago, this big announcement came. M-Audio is releasing their Hammer 88 Pro, which is an upgraded version of their Hammer 88 keyboard that has a lot more controllers, pads, faders, all sorts of good stuff. Pretty much what I would want. And so I knew about the regular Hammer 88. It's been out for a few years. People seem to like it. There were some differing opinions on the action. Some people said it was really a nice light hammer action, which is what I kind of like. My favorite action is the action in the Kawai ES8, which is now discontinued, and then the MP7SE, so it's the Kawai RHIII. So, you know, I like a pretty light but really, you know, solid, strong hammer action. And so then you had the people who said that, oh, the Hammer 88 has really slow, sluggish action. So I'm not quite sure what I'm in for. But we're going to give it a shot. I bought one of these. I usually don't like to be a guinea pig, but seems like this or the Complete Control S88 were my two options. And this, I feel, has a higher likelihood of being something I'd like. So without further ado, I just received the Hammer 88 Pro today in the mail. So we're going to kind of unbox it, get it set up here, and I can give you some initial impressions, and I'll probably post on a few forums and things with later impressions, you know, when I've had it for a few months or whatever. And I'll probably make another video as well, you know, maybe 6 months, a year down the road, something like that. So without further ado, let's get opening up that box. So, got the box here, just came in like I said, and first thing to note, this is a nice big box. Got Sweetwater. So, we'll get opening this bad boy up. Alrighty. Let's see. Gotta get your candy. I always pack stuff well, which I appreciate. Alright. Box is a good bit smaller than I thought it would be inside here. Alrighty, and here we go. 1, audio Camera 88 Pro. Alrighty. So this is our box here, and that's pretty sizable weight here. I think shipping weight is supposed to be 45 pounds. Keyboard itself is supposed to be 40.8 pounds. And you see this stuff, all this stuff it comes with different virtual instruments, Ableton Live Lite, MPC-V's, Pro Tools First Time Audio Edition, some expansion packs, free online lessons, that kind of thing. Yeah, and then you see all your stuff here. Talk about your auto mapping and content. So we should have the Hammer 88 Pro, music risk, USB cable, software download card, quick start guide, and safety and warranty manual. Alrighty. Up there, this other side, the box. Pretty picture basically. Some ads. Your perfect keyboard. Well, I guess we'll find out if it is a perfect keyboard. There many things ever are. But let's see what we've got. Gentle here. I can tape this one well compared to some packages I've gotten. Alrighty. Let's see what we have in here. So, looks like we've got software download stuff, quick start guide, and USB cable. Let's get to the actual instrument. Surprisingly shallow. Interesting. You know, you always look at the specs and whatnot, but you never know for sure what it's going to look like in person. So, I suppose. Excited, gotta say. Alright. Let's see. Lots of tape on here. Okay, I see. Slippery piece here. Okay. Now we're getting somewhere. So it looks like they squeezed all this stuff into the chassis of the regular Hammer 88 Pro. So, kept that nice shallow depth. Okay. These feel nice. All this feels solid. Data encode feels good. Have a nice solid feel to them. See about pitch. Oh yeah, nice. Nicely spring-loaded. Mod wheel feels quite solid. And of course, people are going to ask about these faders. Interesting. Okay. So these have a good bit of resistance to them, but they don't really feel very fragile and pushing. Yeah. So good resistance, very smooth. They don't really wobble too much, especially not compared to some of those cheap controllers and keyboards. Actually, even I think the faders on my Motiv XF, those $4,000 top of line Yamaha, wobble a bit more than these guys. Nice. All right. Oh, this is interesting to see once I get the tape off here what these feel like. But just coming from the black keys, that's wow. Feels different than I expected. Very nice, but very light. So, perfect. All right. Out of here. Little unwieldy. So shallow it is, but not bad at all. And what else? I see. Is that right? That's really good. So this keyboard also comes with a music stand, built-in music rack, more or less. Try not to destroy packaging much here. Be sure we clear this one, so I kind of have to, I'm afraid. So this must be... I'm sure this is some part of the stand, I'm just not sure what it is. Okay, this must be bottom of the music stand, maybe. This little ledge. It's nice. Yeah. And here's our music rest. See how it's been made. Solid metal construction. This plastic piece is certainly not great construction, but I mean it's basically just a nicety because you don't really need it, so not bad. I'm guessing it's nice to go on here. Somehow. Oh, I see. Well, now look at the manual. Suppose I could always do that, right? Never hurts. So, under all that packaging, you have in the box just the Hammer 88 Pro, manuals, download guide, warranty stuff, USB cable, and your music rest. And so I guess it's time to get this thing put up the stand and get this tape off. Actually, I can tape off right now. See how these keys fit. static. All right. Interesting. Okay, so it has a interesting. Feels a little different than no. I know the guy at Woody's Piano Shack, Woody, mentioned that these things have sort of a sharp feel to them on the corners. Let's see here. Oh, yeah, they do. But no, it's not terrible. Very glossy key surface here. Let's see what this feels like when I actually get it up on a stand and try to play with it. Yeah, almost forgot. So one thing that does not come with this keyboard is a power supply. It's bus powered, but if you're going to be like me, you're not going to be using it exclusively with a computer with a USB connection. So I bought one of these M-Audio power supplies from Craft Music. They're the only place that had one, at least when I was looking around. It's kind of hard to find information on what they actually need, but this is power supply for the regular Hammer 88, but according to the manual for this guy, the specs for the power supplies they need are the same, so this hopefully should do it. And I suppose this is our little guy right here. Hopefully. And it's tagged with Elise's M-Audio power adapter. What? Alright. Oh, I see. This way. Okie dokie. Okay, yep. There we go. Yeah, it's 800 milliamp output, 9 volts. So that is the power supply this thing needs and should work. All right. Hey there, so something I want to mention briefly as I'm getting this all set up, getting my rack put back in and everything, is this music rest. So, like I said earlier, this piece is supposed to go on here. What I recommend doing is actually waiting with putting it on until you actually get the music rest put in its 2 holes over here, just so you don't have to bend the plastic or anything or pushing it down. So, put in. And the one thing I really notice on this, for me personally, is that this side's a lot harder to push down. I mean, I've had stuff like this before, you know, where you just have to get the angle just right and everything, but it's, I don't know, it's a little bit off, because even if I try pushing it down on its own, it gets very tight towards the bottom in comparison to the left side. So, and then of course, you know, if you want to take it out, this side comes out, and this side is very difficult. But anyway, that's so what you would do to get this set up. You put this in here, right? And then this little guy snaps on, so there are these little tabs on the corners here. You basically put this in and snap this side on, snap this side, or whatever order you want, and then there you go. It's a nice little music desk. Now, me personally, for my usage, this is one of those K&M 10950. Anyway, this is nice K&M stand, but I already have a an attachment for it that has the music stand, and I need to go set my mixer up. And this goes back too far, just the angle for that to work well. So I will not be using this, at least not in my current configuration. But honestly, this is not terribly well made. The actual metal piece itself is, but overall it's just kind of I would say subpar. And again, it won't work perfectly for my setup, so I'll just use my own stuff. Alright, now I have everything hooked up that I think I'll need. I have the synth module hooked up. So it's time to turn this guy on and see what it's like. Unlock your Hammer 88 Pro, so keys, octave, okay. I think that, so I guess this is on. Alright, so anyway, we've got the pads over here. Keys, knobs, all that stuff. And yeah, so these have that nice sort of lit up reddish orange glow that the regular Hammer 88 Pro has. So, okay, press and hold preset button. Okay, so we got hybrid, mini grand, velvet. Okay, so that's nice. They have presets for their different programs. So they have one for the MPC, for hybrid, synth mini grand, velvet, expand 2, hybrid, boom, and DB33. And they have, looks like there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 8, right? Yeah. All right, there are 8 user presets, so I'll just set that, I guess. Let's see here. Oh, I see. Oh, nice. Okay, so this little scroll wheel here, or data dial, whatever you want to call it, also works as a button. All right, perfect. So now let's get this get the Phantom XR turned on down here, and let's see how hard it is to get it set up. Just transmit one MIDI channel. Aha, so it is actually already transmitting out 5-pin. Perfect. Wasn't sure. Said that you should set it up to transmit, but it'll transmit from the 5-pin out in global settings. But looks like this might just work as is. Let's see how this thing actually reacts with its default velocity curve. So this is just as it comes out of the box. So alrighty, let's see here. I'll mute the mics. Nice. Okay, so these are transmitting note values right now, and they are velocity sensitive. Nice. Cool. All right. So let me actually, I'll switch piano preset here, but this is just a old Roland Phantom XR. Let's see here. You put this to preset. Let's see here. Preset 11, or Bank F. Number 11 Studio Grand, just because I like all this one response dynamically usually. So let's give it a go. Alrighty, so this default velocity curve is actually pretty nice. I think it's a little on the soft side, like yeah. So let me see here. Try something else. So I might like a little bit of a heavier velocity curve for my playing, but so let me turn down the module for a second so you can hear key noise. Which on these, they're not terribly loud, sort of moderate, so you can actually hear their hammer mechanism releasing, going back down inside there. I don't remember, I think there's like a little metal piece. Anyway, so acoustically, if I play really hard, keys sort of they bottom out in an interesting way. So it's kind of a soft bottoming out, but I wouldn't say it's actually mushy per se. It's pretty firm, and then so the amount of time it takes for the keys to come back is kind of interesting as well. So I think a good test would be if I play a ragtime piece, or a little snippet of something, because I usually play a lot of ragtime. Just see just how well these keys actually respond. So give it a go. Interesting. So, it's definitely not the fastest action I've played, fastest hammer action. So, as I think I mentioned earlier, sort of my gold standard hammer action is like a Kawai RHIII, so it's in their ES8 and MP7SE. Obviously, those are, you know, $2,000 dedicated digital pianos. This is not, so I wouldn't expect that from this. So, but actually it's not bad. Let's see here. Try playing something other than piano on it. Get a sense of how this responds. Here's an electric piano. So this mod wheel has a lot of resistance. It's very smooth, but it really takes quite a bit of resistance compared to like my Motiv XF or any of my other keyboards. So this display shows sort of it's very, so actually it's kind of nice. So yep, it sends all the way from 0 to 127 according to the built-in display. Good. You never know. have to do a review of some of the software one of these days, but I don't have this. Yeah, these sliders aren't assigned to anything right now, so, or the knobs, so I can't really comment much on them. Other than that, they do appear to send a full value. Looks like it skips maybe every 2 to 3 digits, or 2 to 3 numbers. So now these faders are pretty accurate, huh? All right, well, yeah, and as I said earlier at the beginning of this, these faders are pretty they feel decently high quality. You know, they're not particularly flimsy. They don't have much wobble to them, and buttons feel good. Pads feel pretty good. So, let's see here. So we have octave switch, I think. Nice. Oh. Let's see here. I think I somehow managed to activate the chord. Ah, there we go. There we go. Haha. Okay, so I turn on the chord mode. Nice. Not sure how much of a use for this, but it's nice. Fun. Yeah, I'm not sure what I'll do with that, but on ARP. And it looks like I can match that. Okay, yeah, these are like I said, not the fastest hammer keys I've ever played, but they're not bad. And honestly, I've been playing on unweighted key beds for a while, so I'm probably just not used to. Yeah, I guess this is about equivalent to the acoustic piano I use, I guess. So. I guess I should test that too. See how this responds with brass and organ. Alright, and test this with organ because something I wondered about is these edges of the keys, as both the over at Woody's Piano Shack mentioned, and I mentioned this earlier, they these edges are not as rounded or dull as you'd think. Not concerned about them cutting me, but I see how this acts if I actually play an organ or something. We have to do a bunch of glissando or something. All right, now this should be interesting. Interesting. So, not as bad as I thought, actually. So, turn this off for a second. So these are definitely easier to do that on, but I think it's just because they're more rounded. They don't have that sharp edges. But yeah, and honestly, the inner edges of the keys are kind of they're fine. They're not sharp. They're just you do feel it though. So, okay, actually that was, ow. All right. So yeah, it looks like if you hit this edge here and you're doing a glissando, that does not feel good. It's a little sharp, but otherwise, I mean, can't complain about this. This is for a hammer action. This actually responds pretty well for that kind of thing. You know, it's yeah, it has a nice high trigger point here too for a hammer action. Yeah, this is actually easier to do glisses on, I think, maybe than my Motif XF8. And you can see the aftertouch here, so it's actually not, wow. It takes a lot of effort to get that to 127, huh? But it's there. Oh, wow, you really have to push though. All right, huh? Better than coming on too easy. So let's see here what oh yeah, and then I guess the last thing to test would be bass, because I do a lot of left-hand bass, and so I need it. And this is a graded action. I'll say so. It means you're light. It's lighter at the top, heavier at the bottom. However, it's a very, very, very minute difference. Honestly, I hardly notice. I mean, between that and there's a little bit of a difference, but it's not much. It's not really harshly graded. It's not heavily graded. So let's see here. Not bad. And honestly, these pads have a decent velocity range too. Let's see here. And knobs feel pretty well made, you know. And yeah, pitch, I guess. Alrighty, yeah. So that's just with my Phantom XR module. Alrighty, so that concludes my first impressions video, I guess, of the Audio Hammer 88 Pro. You know, it's not bad at all. And I'm sure I wouldn't care for its competitor's keypad a whole lot. So this is pretty good. I think I'll probably be keeping this one. Yeah, it seems to be built pretty well. You know, its top panel, I believe, is aluminum, and then the rest of this is a really kind of heavy-duty. I don't know if I want to say ABS plastic, but it's pretty heavy. And so some of us were thinking that the bottom of this would have MDF board. It doesn't, unless it's inside somewhere. It's the same sort of hard plastic material that that's this stuff. So, but you know, this is a pretty tall board too. So, and long, but it's very, very compact as far as depth goes. Not much depth to it. And you know, the weight is nice. You know, it's only 40.8 pounds, so it's not bad. Honestly, the only couple things that right now are kind of jumping out at me that are a bit weird are just the slight sharpness of the key edges. When you do glissando, it's not terrible, but yeah, be aware that don't get your fingers on the edges of those keys, because it's a little sharp. And I think it would hurt if you did it fast enough. So yeah, that, and I have to figure out how to get it working on sustain pedals and whatnot. But you know, 'cause I may have to get it on half damper. I think it can do half damper. Well, anyway, but yeah, otherwise that, and then you know, the return time of the keys is a little slow, but it's not bad. It's not bad at all. So yeah, so it's $799 right now. And I I guess that concludes my review for now. First impressions, we'll see how I like it in, you know, a good number of months, and I will post some stuff over it on the Music Player Forums Network Keyboard Corner, where I've been a long-time member there. Under there's a thread on the Hammer 88 Pro there, and I am actually taking questions about it over there, as well as over on the what's now known as Gearspace forum. So you could check out either of those if you have any questions, or you can put something in the comments and I'll try to see what I can do. Thank you for watching my first impressions video of the M-Audio Hammer 88 Pro. Please like, subscribe, see, and of course I bought this unit with my own money. This isn't endorsed by M-Audio or anything else. Although, you know, let's get the subscriber count up, and who knows, maybe sometime I would get to check out a board courtesy of a manufacturer. But for now, this is just my honest first impressions. So like I said, I'll be posting over at a couple forums and kind of go from there. But yeah, not bad at all, and I think I'll end up liking this a lot.